Hello, dear students of class 11. Here I am going to start a very new chapter for you. I hope you have understood already that what I am going to discuss about in this video. Yes, right, it is biomolecule. You can easily understand by this picture, it is written some of the very important chemical structure which are organic in nature. They are carbohydrate, protein, lipid and nucleic acid. In this picture, it is also, you can see it is mentioned about the composition of this biomolecule, that is carbohydrate is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, while lipid is also having the same composition. Nucleic acid is having a phosphate group extra. So here, why do we want to know about all these biomolecules? Because these are present in a living tissue or a living system. Where do they come from? Now, a cell is composed of variety of atoms. A cell is made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, which are the various components of many biological important molecules. Other than the basic elements, some metals and some non-metals are also the part of the cellular materials. Hence, all these materials combine in different ways in order to form various biomolecules which are found in a cell of an organism. Now, these molecules are not living, but they perform various life functions. Thus, biomolecules are the various organic substances they are found in a living system. Now, in a living system, there are various organic as well as inorganic components. Now, how to analyze the chemical composition of any living organism? It may be a leaf or a liver, any plant or animal matter. For that, we have to do various activity. So, what is that? Let me discuss. Now, the first step, take a liver or a leaf. It may be animal matter or a plant matter. And then weight this living matter. And then you grind it with trichloroacetic acid with the help of a mortar and a pestle. And then you find a thick slurry. Filter this thick slurry with the help of a cheesecloth or a cotton cloth. So after filtration of the slurry, we get two fractions of the solution. One is the filtrate, which is the acid soluble fraction, and the other is the retentate or the acid insoluble fraction. So after we filter the slurry, we get the two fractions, and these two fractions can be subjected to other separation techniques, and we can get the desirable component from these other components. And by successful performance of the above step, we get the idea about the biomolecules and their formula and the probable structure which are present, like amino acid, monosaccharide, fatty acid, etc. All the carbon compounds that are obtained from the living tissue are called biomolecules. So there is another technique called Ash analysis for inorganic components. Now, after we get the chemical composition of any organic molecule in a tissue, it is necessary to do the analysis of inorganic elements as well. So it can be done easily by performing a very destructive experiment that separates out the inorganic component from the organic component in the form of ash. Now, ash is the remaining part of the living tissue which remains after burning of the organic component. So, ash analysis is done in order to analyze the chemical composition of different inorganic compounds and elements present in the organic material after burning. So, after we burn a liver or a plant material like a leaf, we get various type of inorganic component as well in this organic matter, that is a liver or a leaf. Now, for analysis, a small amount of liver or a leaf is taken, which is oven dried till the water evaporates, and after evaporation of the water we get the dry weight of the tissue. And after that, what do? We burn the tissue completely and we get the ash. So all the carbon compound are oxidized to form the gaseous form of carbon dioxide and water vapor, and these are removed. So ash is formed, and this ash contain various inorganic components like as follows. So the ash may contain potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium. So after we analyze the elements present in a living and non-living matter, we can compare with that of the earth crust and human body and analyze the various elements like hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, sodium, calcium, magnesium and silicon. So you can see there is a comparison given in the table and study the various elements present. Hence, the sum total of the different type of biomolecule compounds and ions present in a cell is called its cellular pool. So, a cellular pool may contain more than 5000 chemicals and it may be biomicromolecule or biomacromolecule. So, in the next video, I will be discussing about the biomicromolecules which are small in size and having a low molecular weight about 18 to 1800 Dalton. So, my dear students, to know further about the chapter in details, keep watching my videos. Thanks for watching this video.